Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at updating our rooted Pixel 2 or 2XL to the Android P Developer Preview 1. So to get started, we'll download the latest version of the SDK platform tools. Now this is just ADB and fastboot and a couple of other executables to help us flash things and pretty much communicate with our device in its various states. So download the one that is right for your operating system. Just click on the blue link, agree to the terms and conditions above, and then hit the blue download button. Now once you've done that, you'll also need to download, of course, the Android P factory image. Just scroll down from the downloads page and download the one that is correct for your device. I have the Pixel 2, just click on this, agree to the terms and conditions, and then press the blue download button as well. Now thankfully, Wu has taken a weekend off to update Magisk Beta to support Android P. So go ahead and just download the latest version of Magisk Beta. You can click on the the orange download link up here, or just scroll down to the attachments and download the latest one that you see here, which is 16.1. Now if there's future versions of the Magisk Beta, just download that one. Don't download the same one that I have, unless it's the latest. And last but not least, we want to download the latest TWRP that works with Android P for your version of Pixel. So since there are 4 different ones, you can just type in Pixel under the devices page of TWRP, and then just select the one that is yours. So I have the Pixel 2, but if you have the 2XL or the original Pixel or the original Pixel XL, just choose the one that's right for you. So I'm going to click on one of the download links here, primary ones, and what you want to do, of course, as usual, is to download the installer zip file as well as the TWRP bootable image. It's just the way that we do it on Pixel devices now. So make sure you have the installer zip and the image as well. So in the end, you'll have these 5 files. The latest version of Magisk Beta, the latest version of the platform tools for your operating system, the latest version of the TWRP bootable image, the latest version of the TWRP installer for TWRP, and also the latest, developer preview of Android P. So before we begin, just to make sure they've got it on your device, you'll want to copy over the latest version of Magisk Beta as well as the TWRP installer. Just plug in your phone and copy over those 2 devices to your internal storage. You can see I've already got a few of these things here, but you can delete the old ones. So I'm going to copy over the installer and the Magisk Beta zip file to our root of storage, just to make sure it's not in any of these folders or anything like that. So you can see both our files here ready to be flashed afterwards. Another thing you want to do before updating to Android P is, of course, removing all substratum overlays. As you may or may not have heard, Android P kind of breaks these substratum overlays due to some kind of signing process that overlays must have before being, installed or even enabled, unfortunately. So you will want to disable or remove all your substratum overlays. So you can do this by going to your overlay manager and then selecting all of them like so, and then just uninstalling the selected items. It is quite unfortunate, but hopefully they will turn that around in later developer previews or even perhaps in the final images of Android P. But for now, we'll need to refrain from using substratum at all. And once you've done that, you'll also want to disable all Magisk modules. Now obviously some of them may still be compatible, such as ones that change the emoji or little things like that. But for people using, systemless exposed, you'll want to disable that, as it probably won't be compatible with Android P right now. So just go over to Magisk Manager, go to your modules, and I'm going to pretty much disable all of them just in case they don't work out well, because you never know what they might do. And I'm just going to uncheck everything, and everything will be disabled on the next reboot. So I'm just going to reboot my phone to ensure that all the, modules have been removed. Next up, we're going to extract the platform tools for our operating system. This will depend on which operating system you have, but generally speaking, these are the files that you want to extract at least. You want to extract ADB and the 2 ADB DLLs associated with it underneath, our fastboot exe, our libwinpthread-1 DLL, the make f2fs.exe, the mke2fs.conf, and the mke2fs.exe as well. So these 8 files, extract them out into the same directory as where everything else is. This will get a little messy, but you can close the platform tools zip file now. Following on from that, we're going to start extracting the stuff from our factory image. So open up the Android P factory image and then open up the folder inside that. And what we're going to do is extract a couple of these images. So the bootloader and radio image, we're going to extract that. And of course, the image zip file as well. So we can use the fastboot update command to do our updating for us. Now we can get the party started. So we're going to start doing our updating process here. We're going to go back to our phone, and I guess make sure you have everything backed up just in case things do go sour. And what you want to do is unlock your phone and then have your USB plugged in, and we're going to reboot our phone into the bootloader. So to do that, we're going to hold the power button and tap on restart, and once the screen goes black or freezes, we can hold the volume down button, very important. Just keep holding it until you get into the bootloader. It may take a few seconds or a little bit longer than usual to get into the bootloader, but eventually it should go there, like so. Don't worry if the menu changes a little bit, that's because you held on to it for a little bit longer. But once we're in the bootloader, we can get started flashing all the good stuff. So I guess let's head back to our computer here, and then we're going to open up a command prompt window, PowerShell window, or terminal window in the same directory where everything else is. Now I know at least that on Windows you can hold shift and right click in an empty space, and then you'll get the extended menu here where you get the option to either open a command prompt window here or a PowerShell window here. Depending on which option you have, just select the one that you have. I will show you how to execute these, I guess, programs when you think about it on the screen right now for different operating systems. So just have a look at that now. You can pause it to have a look. And once you know what you're doing on your specific operating system, let's get started with the commands here. So first up, we're going to type in fastboot devices. Now this is just to check if our device is plugged in and correctly connected to our device. You can see how it says fastboot as a status or state that it's in right now, and our serial number, so that's our phone. And we're going to, I guess, get started by flashing the updated bootloader. So we're going to type in fastboot flash bootloader. Leave a space in the end, drag in our bootloader image and hit enter. That's fine. We're also going to update the other bootloader as discussed, I guess, in many of my other videos, but I'll quickly overlay some information here, just breathe that in. And basically you can use the _other, append that to the partition, and it'll flash the partition on the other boot slot or the non-boot slot. So since our slots are A and B, we have to update both of them, or we should. So we're going to type in fastboot flash bootloader. Now here we're going to use _other and drag in our bootloader image, the same one. Flash that. Great. So once it says OK, we can move on and reboot our phone back into the bootloader. And I like doing this on our phone. And just reboot your phone. Change the option until it says restart bootloader, and then press the power button to select it. Now once our phone is back in the bootloader, like so, we can now go ahead and flash the radio images, and we're going to do the same thing as the bootloader image. So we're going to type in fastboot flash radio, leave space in the end of that, drag in our radio image and hit enter, and then we're going to update radio A, or the other radio partition. So we'll type in fastboot flash radio _other, leave a space at the end, and drag in our radio image. So once you've done that, all you need to do now is reboot back into the bootloader one final time to make sure everything is detected to be up to date, and then we're going to run our famous update command. Now what we need to do now is type in fastboot and 2 dashes or 2 hyphens, and then type in the word skip, and then another dash or hyphen, and then type in reboot. Now this is to prevent the device from automatically rebooting into Android, I guess, after certain commands, such as the update command that we'll be using now. So we'll type in update, helpful for if we need to flash things after the update, which we do. And then we can drag in our image zip file here to update our device with. Now this will extract all the particular images inside that image zip out into our RAM, so make sure you have enough memory for that. And also this will check if our bootloader and baseband are also up to scratch. If not, it'll tell us which one it is that needs to be fixed up, and obviously you can just reflash those when you want to. So I'm going to fast forward this until it finishes flashing. It may take roughly let's say 90 seconds for this to complete, and then after that we'll look forward to booting TWRP, installing it, and flashing Magisk. Okay, now once that's done, we're going to boot TWRP as we usually do. So we're going to type in the command fastboot boot, leave space in the end and drag in our TWRP image, of course the latest version, and then you should see our phone hopefully reboot into TWRP. So just decrypt your data here, just enter in your password, passcode or pattern to decrypt your data partition so you can access your internal storage. So first up, we're going to install TWRP. So we're just going to go ahead and locate that TWRP installer zip that we copied over to our device earlier. And I tapped the wrong one, and swipe to confirm that flash. Now give this a couple of seconds or less than a minute to install TWRP on both our boot slots, A and B. Once that's done, you can go back and go back again. So just to see that we have TWRP installed, I'm going to disconnect the USB cable, and then I'm going to reboot back into the recovery. Okay, as we can see that at least TWRP is installed properly. Once you've gotten that, we just need to install Magisk now. So go to the very end, locate the Magisk zip or beta zip that we copied over earlier, and just swipe to flash that. And once that is finished, just tap on the reboot system button and wait for your device to turn back on. In the case that it doesn't turn back on, you can just do the fastboot update command once more to, I guess, erase Magisk from the boot image as well as TWRP, and then see if your device can boot normally with that. But in the end, your device should boot maybe after a few minutes, 5 minutes I think, at maximum, and you should be rooted on Android P Developer Preview 1. Now of course with any of these, I guess, Magisk modules that you might want to enable, there is a chance that it's not compatible with Android P and your phone might end up in a boot loop. So here we're in Android P, and let's just go to our Magisk Manager. So let's just open that up, and yeah, sure, okay. So we'll see we're rooted on 16.1 and we're on the beta channel here. So your updates should be set to beta automatically. If not, go into the settings and change the update channel from stable, as you can see there. So change the update channel from stable down here and change that to beta. And then once you go back to the main menu and do a pull down to refresh, you'll be, I guess, checking updates for the latest beta version of Magisk instead. So there we are, we're rooted on Android P. And I think, not sure if safety net actually is, I guess, enabled for Android P in this developer preview, but I guess we'll see. No, but that's fine, that's kind of expected. You'll probably get this, I guess, safety net passing towards the later developer previews or even the final release, obviously. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below, or please do join my Discord channel where I can help you out in a more in-depth level in case we need to talk or anything like that. And I do welcomely invite you guys to that as well. And if you have any other comments or suggestions, you can leave it anywhere you like. And you can also follow me on Twitter for other things as well. And as always, happy flashing.